Asante sana band ya County Security and Enforcement ya Busia County chini ya uongozi wake SSP Titus Okech Opili. Asante sana SSP Opili kwa huo uongozi. Huyu ni Head of Operations. Alafu vile vile tumekuwa naye pia Vincent Ongidi, ni Band Manager. Ongidi ni mwanamuziki ambaye anatambulika kote nchini Kenya. Ana nyimbo nyingi sana ambazo ameimba, tumezisikiza kwenye radio, tumetizama kwenye runinga. Kwa hiyo ni mwanamuziki tajika, ameimba nyimbo nyingi nzuri sana, na pia ni mzaliwa hapa Busia. Anatoka kule Butula, ama kama ambavyo sisi wenyewe tunasema Evu Mataki. Kwa hiyo shukrani sana kwa Ongidi. Na sasa nataka kukaribisha band ambayo inaongozwa na Bwana Ongidi. Nafikiri nitampa nafasi mwenzangu Moses Wafula akuje afanye introduction ama wajulisheni kwenu kuihusu hiyo band. Nilikuwa nimewatajia awali kwamba hapa Busia tuna jamii nyingi, na siku nimemaliza, manake pia kuna jamii ya Wasomali ambayo inapatikana hapa Busia. Hawa wanashiriki sana katika mambo ya biashara. Pia kuna jamii ya watu kutoka kule Mount Kenya, Wakikuyu, Wameru na kadhalika. Wote wako hapa Busia, na pia sana ni watu ambao wanajihusisha sana na biashara. Kwa hiyo kuna watu wa kutoka upande wa Nyanza pia ambao tuko nao hapa Busia County, wanazungumza lugha ambayo ni Luo, lakini ama Dholuo, lugha yenyewe inafahamika kama Dholuo. Hawa wanapatikana hapa Busia pia, na wengi sana hapa Busia mjini. Kiteremka huko Matayos ama Mataus kama ambavyo wenyeji wanasema, hao ni watu ambao ni wenzetu kutoka Nyanza ambao pia wanapatikana katika hii county. Kwa hivyo ni wenyeji pia. Busia ni county ambayo ina mchanganyiko wa jamii. Moses Wafula, karibu sana. Wafula ni mtangazaji mwenzangu katika awamu hii ya matangazo.
Thank you very much, Christine Ojiambo. We have got the Red Cross persons with us here. For those who want to be attended to by the Red Cross, here is their number: 0719 40 81 72. I have to repeat again: 0719 40 81 72. Iwapo unahitaji huduma ya watu wa msalaba mwekundu, sio? Asante. Piga nambari 0719 40 81 72. Vincent Ongidi, Mama Ulai. Akimaliza Vincent, we'll be starting off our program in a short while. We're just waiting for Excellency Governors to join us, then we begin our 12th summit. Thank you.
Huko wapi? Utaliachana nawe mwaka uliopita uko wapi? Utaliachana nawe mwaka uliopita uko wapi? Niniacha kuwa mimi sijui kizungu. Niniacha kuwa mimi sijui kizungu. Kamfuata mwalimu wa kizungu. Kamfuata mwalimu wa kizungu. Yule mwalimu kakufukuza tabia zako mbaya. 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 Julieta, Julieta uko wapi? Julieta, Julieta uko wapi?
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Shombo,
What's
tayari.
Come on, The man behind the band.
Sim.
hili kongamano la 12, kongamano la LREB ambalo linahusisha kaunti 14. Wakati wote kuanzia sasa tunasubiri ama tunataraji kwamba magavana watakuwa wanafika hapa, manake tumepata fununu kwamba wako around, wako within. Kwa hiyo wakati wote kuanzia sasa tunataraji kwamba magavana wetu ambao Bwana Ongidi, asante sana. Huyu ambaye amekuwa akitumbuiza hapo ni Bwana Vincent Ongidi, ni mzaliwa wa hapa Busia, anatoka katika eneo la Butula. Ana nyimbo tamu kweli, ameimba hapo nyimbo ile ya Ching'ombe, niliwewa Ching'ombe. Jirani za magharibi mwa Kenya wanaelewa hiyo nyimbo ya niliwewa Ching'ombe, na akanikumbusha nikiwa katika shule ya upili ya Busia, wakati ambapo tulikuwa tunaimba pale kwenye kwaya yetu ya Nangina Girls, nikakumbuka hiyo nyimbo. Manake hizo nyimbo ambazo ameimba hapo Ngidi pamoja na ile ya msichana Tina, sijui kama ni kweli kulikuwa na huyo msichana anaitwa Tina, na sijui kama ni kweli alifanya haya mambo ambayo Ngidi anasema kwamba akaua mtoto. Ngidi anasema akaua mtoto. Kwa hiyo pengine atatueleza kama kweli Tina alikuweko, na kama kweli huko kuli kali fanya Tina akafanya mambo ambayo Ngidi anasema alifanya mambo mabaya sana, lakini nyimbo ni tamu. Nyimbo ni tamu kweli. Kwa wale ambao pengine hamnifahamu, jina langu ni Christine Ojiambo, habari kwenye Citizen Radio na kwa pale siku zote, lakini leo nimerejea nyumbani kaunti ya Busia kwa sababu ya haya matangazo ya siku ya leo. Kwa hiyo ukiona naongea sana kwenye mic, anatoka kaunti jirani ya Bungoma, yeye ananifahamisha kwamba usiseme sana, unasema kidogo unaachia hapo, unasema kidogo unaachia hapo. Na sahau na pia naona mvua inanyesha pahali ambapo mimi natoka kule chini kule kwa Lake Victoria huko Samia, tunasema kuna msemo ambao unasema yua omuyaka kwa hukuisira, sio dahira ngembachi, omuyaka kwa hukuisira. Kile ambacho siku zote unataka kutumia kwa yua ni axe. Kama utakata mti utahitaji hiyo axe ndio ukate mti, lakini mara nyingi upepo unakuja unaangusha mti tu. Sasa hata una haja hiyo axe kama hiyo yua. Kwa hiyo tunashukuru mvua imetuletea wageni wote ndani ya nyumba. Watu walikuwa wamekwama huko nje kwenye vikao vya chai na kadhalika, lakini Mungu naye ni nani, akaleta mvua. Kwa hivyo ukumbi umejaa na tunafurahi, tunaweza kuanza wakati wote kuanzia sasa. Mvua imetusaidia, ukumbi umejaa, simu dahira yua omuyaka kwa watu kuisira. Nimeona sikia wasamia huko nyuma wanaelewa huo msemo. Kwa hiyo asante, nitamkaribisha mwenzangu katika matangazo haya Bwana Moses Wafula kutoka kaunti jirani ya Bungoma, naye vile vile aje tujulisheni kwetu wageni ambao wamefika hivi punde. Wageni wengine tulikuwa tushawajulisha hapo kitambo kidogo, wale ambao wameingia sasa hivi ni muhimu tuwatambulishe, tuwajulisheni kwenu ili mfahamu hapa ndani tumekaa na kina nani. Asante.
Thank you very much, my co-MC, ladies and gentlemen. Recognize the arrival and presence of the leader of majority Busia County, the Honorable Josephat Wandera. Josephat, Malaupa tafadhali uweze kutupungia mkono. Thank you for coming. Let me also recognize the MCA Beatrice Akinyi. Beatrice Malaupa tafadhali, please wave to us, Beatrice. Thank you very much. With us also we have got Johnston Mukagwa, MCA Nangina Ward, Busia. MCA Nangina Ward, Malaupa, please feel at home. With us also we have got Peter Talam, MCA Buhaya West. Buhaya West MCA, wherever you are, you're most welcome. With us also we have got Andrew. Waziri Malaupa tafadhali tupungie mkono Waziri kutoka Busia County, you're most welcome. With us also we have Dr. Sylvester, Waziri wa Agriculture kutoka Siaya. Malaupo, feel at home, sir. Welcome, sir. With us also is the Vice Chancellor, Barasa Peter. Welcome, Prof. Thank you. With us, we have the CEO, Commission for Higher Education, Professor Mike Kuria. Welcome, sir. And with us also we have got Maurice Makorege, Waziri kutoka Siaya. Wherever you are, welcome, sir. You're most welcome. Ongeni. Lakini bado. Jamaa zako wameenda. Asante. Nataka sasa ukite mizizi maeneo sasa ya Samia Tula hivyo hivyo basi. You're most welcome, Vincent Ogidi. Karibu sana. We'll be started shortly because our governors have just arrived. Thank you. Waziri Topista Wanyama, asante Waziri. We are now safe. You're most welcome, Waziri. Thank you. Studio, can we key in for Vincent? Studio engineers.
Tunajiandaa kwa sababu ya kuwakaribisha waheshimiwa magavana ambao wamefika. Ni muhimu pia niwajulisheni kwenu wageni ambao wamefika sasa hivi ambao wamejiunga nasi hivi punde. Yupo Harigan Muhongo ambaye anafanya na USAID, shirika la kutoa misaada la Marekani, na yeye ndio naibu mkurugenzi ama deputy director katika kanda ya Afrika ya Mashariki. Vile vile wamejiunga nasi ma MCA ambao ni wateule ama nominated wa hapa Busia. Tunaye Judy Onamu Ojamong, kisha yupo Angela Wasike, na watatu hapa ni Beatrice Akinyi Opwapo. Hawa ni ma MCA ambao ni nominated wa hapa kwenye county ya Busia, kwa hiyo wamejiunga nasi pia sasa hivi tu. Wengine tulikuwa tumewajulisheni hapo awali. Kisha tuna mgeni kutoka kule Uasin Gishu, county ya kule Eldoret, county ya Uasin Gishu, Professor Thomas Cheruiyot, Vice Chancellor, University of Eldoret. Karibuni sana, mjisikie huru. Kongamano linaanza hivi punde. Lishaanza lakini linakwenda kung'oa nanga rasmi. Karibuni. Nafikiri nitampisha mtangazaji mwenzangu katika kipindi hiki ambaye ni Moses Wafula aje wajulisheni kwenu wageni wengine ambao pia wamefika hapa. Moses, nafikiri nafasi hii nakupa ndio wajulishe hao wageni ambao pia wamejiunga nasi. Naam, naarifiwa kwamba ni mgeni mmoja tu, kwa hiyo ni sawa, naweza kuendelea. Huyu ni speaker kwenye kaunti ya Busia, Bwana Frederick Odilo. Bwana Frederick Odilo, kama uko hapa, pengine unaweza kutupungia mkono tu, ishara kwamba kama watu wakutambue kwamba umefika. Maana naarifiwa speaker wa bunge la Busia ambaye ni Frederick Odilo yuko pamoja nasi hapa. Karibu. Kunao pia ma-MC ambao walifika kitambo kidogo, nafikiri nikiwajulisha kwenu hawakuwa hapa, walikuwa nje, kwa hiyo ni muhimu ni wataje. Kuna Denzil Musumba, kuna David Parapara Karani, kuna James Amole. Hawa ni wa hapa kwenye kaunti ya Busia. Tutazidi kupata orodha zaidi kadri wageni wanazidi kuingia hapa ama kujiunga nasi, na tutawajulisheni kwenu ili waweze kujua wale ambao wanajiunga nasi kutoka sehemu mbalimbali. Na MCA huyu anaitwa James Omole. James Omole alikuwa amenipa ishara kwamba sijataja hilo jina jinsi ambavyo inastahili. Kwa hiyo natumai nimefanya vizuri Bwana Omole, nimetaja vile ambavyo inafaa. Asante.
kashiko Kangala kukonye kukosi Kangala kuwingira kashiko Rosilita lero lamaya Kangala nasundula usi Rosilita lero lamaya Kangala nasundula usi
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ongini Band. Tupige makofi jamani. That is unique. Now that our guests are here, may I invite the Busia County Brass Band, otherwise we will call it the Governor's Escort Band, to now lead us in one or two renditions as we wait for the arrival of our chief guest, who is the Vice Chair, LREB Regional Economic Bloc, His Excellency the Right Honorable Ken Lusaka, being hosted by His Excellency Dr. Paul Nyongesa Otoma. They have just arrived and they'll be joining us shortly. Please occupy the seat in front of you. Meanwhile, apart from the band, please occupy the seat in front of you, save for the seats that are in front here, but occupy a seat in front of you. Thank you. I've seen honorable MCS who just come in. I'll be able to recognize them because some of them are my friends. Welcome. Karibu sana. Thank you. Bam. Anyway, sasa wanaingia tunaoasha jamii.
Your background, eh? Now umeswap. Okay,
Buyo kipolia.
Che. Hapa ndio naona ile kitu ukiongea jana, ndio naona sana. Kama ungepea local media, watu walikuwa wamejaa. Ndio. Kama ungekupea hiyo, hapa
Dini yake ni pia kubwa.
watu wangekuwa wamejaa. Imagine viti bure hivi.
Sasa ungekuwa na ndogo. Ungekuwa na
local media they mobilize hizo vitu. Local radio. Kuna saa hii una fix nini?
Unatumia hii. Nisaidie ile kebo. Nisaidie ile kebo inakaa kama hii. Nisaidie ile inakaa kama hii na huko. Ini hata tangu nini hizi 2 years sijaitoa SIM card.
Naita bandi songe pale jaza zile vitu.
Hizi mkenda kumobilize raia. Pale lazima umelipa ndio uingie. Mpaka wewe umelipa ndio uingie. Wewe unadhani kulipa yote. Ugate.
Na sisi mbona tunaingia?
Because maybe.
Kuna entry fee.
Hizi watu wamejaa pale wanataka kuingia wamezuiliwa. This thing hata Kakamega ilifanyika, president akikuja abidi watoe watu students wakajaza, because sasa unajua lazima wale wanalipo exhaust. Baadhi ukienda kwa hizi boots watu boots wengi ndio umekuwa summit lazima utoe. That's why even members lazima kwa credit.
Na mbona accreditation ya media itakuwa
hata hii yetu ingine by kesho kila mtu atakuwa na kadi. Walichelewa tu. Tuma majina jana.
Kabla studio, let me just recognize the following individuals. Honorable Mary Oyeyo Odongo, nominated MCA. Malaupo tupunge mkono. I've seen you. Thank you very much. We have got Mercy Wanyonyi, please wave to us, nominated. We have got Concepta Omondi, please also wave to us. Thank you very much. Studio, as we wait for Excellency's governors to join us. Studio. So that Wangedi and his team can have a breather as we wait for the guests.
Investment conference.
Studio.
What hata ni ile but if last minute.
After the preambles, we'll have a moment for speeches. And I want to believe Dr. Joseph Kapeku is here, representing Director General Kenya Maritime Authority. Mr. Philip Olo, representing Lake Basin Development Authority, LREB. With us, we have got also Dr. Joseph Nyaundi, Director. We also have got Dr. Jack Ajoy, in that order, and also the Honorable Penina Kabane and Mrs. Angela Odero, in that order. They'll be coming to give us short remarks on thematic areas. Thank you.
Nani mwingine anataka hapa?
mimi.
Sasa ya simu kidogo. Kuna beti.
Sio ingine yenye unatoa ni hapa. Hiyo.
Give us a song.
Hapo sisi simu kidogo. Kaza nafaa ende live.
Okay tu. Pekee. Itafika. Huko itafika, acha tuikae hapa. Okay.
Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Kuna itachoma.
Hello 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check check.
Ile kitu kubwa. Ile screen iko very bright. Wait, you've done now. You unaona ile microphone yangu. Gari yenyewe iko
Kenya waki yenye tutapewa na bank na Best drum angalia nini? Best drum. Nione hapa. Atende kwa pamoja.
Kuna tangazo hapa, kuna magari mawili ambayo wenyewe wanahitajika kule nje kwa ajili ya kwenda kuyapaka vizuri. Gari KDK 609H, kisha kuna gari KDH 377M. Ikiwa ni gari lako unahitajika kule nje kwenye parking ili uende uegeshe gari lako vizuri. Magari mawili kwanza ni KDK 609H, kisha kuna KDH 377M. Asante.
Ukianza kustream mimi nitatumia aina zote.
the national anthem and the East Africa anthem.
Bestowed upon us to be leaders of the people in various capacities. We stand here today, although first and foremost to repent of our sins and wrongdoings. We always plan things as men, yet at times they go against your will and desire. Father, we pray that you forgive us. You have blessed us with a region with great opportunities and resources to forgive us. As we gather here today, all us and our leaders have a desire to do the right thing. And Lord, this can only happen when we sit, we evaluate, we articulate, and make sober and selfless decisions that are people and community oriented and without self-centeredness and gains. So I pray for the governors and all the counties and county leaders present here today, that Lord, you give them sober minds, that with calmness and honesty, they will have discussions and deliberations that will be a pillar of revival, not only in the world of business, but also spiritually. The Lord, together by your grace, they shall be counties that are delivered and free from this demonic and satanic act called corruption. Make our counties a heaven of prosperity and development. We ask you, O Lord, to bless our governors and fight their enemies. May none of them be weak and fail. May none of them exist before his time. Give them divine counsel and wisdom to abandon the dreams that will develop our communities. May nothing fabricate their hearts away from our people. Protect them and keep them in perfect health. May your blessings be upon our lands and our waters and our lakes. Bless our nation Kenya and keep Kenya on top of all the nations of the world. As we begin the 12th LREB Summit, we begin with your blessings upon us. We ask all these things and trusting in Jesus' name.
Now, ourselves down for our prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most precious and the most merciful, all praise is due to God, the Lord of the worlds, the most precious and the most merciful, King of the day of judgment. You alone we worship and you alone we seek for help. Lead us all into the straight path, the path in which you destroy all those evil believers, and all those who face your wrath, for those who let us stay. O Lord God, the omnipotent, the omnipresent, we take this opportunity to thank you for the great promise of life, good health, and ability to attend this conference. O Lord, bless all of us hearing, their deputies, county ministers, and all the national leaders are present. O Lord, we beseech you to bestow wisdom, transparency, accountability, inclusivity for all our leaders here. O Lord God, we pray and decree that everlasting peace be established in our great country Kenya, and bestow upon our leaders in all their spheres, in all their respective spheres of our leadership, wisdom to understand that the young generation need positive, progressive, and practical change on governance issues as well as prosperity. O Lord God, we realize that with unity is strength. Bless and strengthen this unity, this unique unity to enable the great people of these 14 counties of the Lake region, economic block, benefit fully from this unity. O Lord God, bless all who have taken their time to meticulously plan for this great event, which has turned out a success it is. O Lord God, do not preoccupy our people into politics of this destruction to lose focus on delivering the constitutional mandate of our leaders. O Lord God, shower us abundantly the blessings and all that is material, and we pray in your great and beautiful name, say Amen. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we remain standing for the governor's escort one, and I will give his word to lead us in one relation to Shani Wekea. Tafadhali tuimbe kwa pamoja, led by the brass band to Shani Wekea. County of Busia, Your Excellency Governor Kendo Sanga, the Vice Chair of the Legislative Public North, Your Excellency Anna Odera, the Deputy Governor of Busia County from the Deputy Governor's presence, Mr. Lieutenant Mayor, CEO, Legislative Public North, our sponsors and our partners, our county secretaries present, honorable CC members and the chief officers, the Vice Chancellor and the University in business present.
started, we have addressed ourselves to the issues of water. That is really vital and very key. We just recently had a very successful conference in Kisumu, supported by USAID, and we are having a program that will expand to the entire region on how we are going to address ourselves on expansion of not just water resources, but quality water for our people. And this is not common to one particular county. This is spread across the board. It is amazing, not that really it's a wonder that we have the biggest lake in Africa, fresh water. But we have a lot of counties that experience water problems, and this should not happen in this century. We should be able to address ourselves on how we can transform this Lake Victoria into a giant water supply system within the entire region, if not within the African continent. So I believe that with the unity that we have as a bloc, we are able and we shall be able to address all these issues very well. As the pastor was praying, he said that we are blessed. Indeed we are, because when you look at the lake region, I always pose this question. We are indeed the basket bread of this country, because you look at Trans Nzoia gives us the best maize abundance, and ugali is our staple food, comes from the lake region block. When you take tea in this country, the sugar that you use comes from the block. In that tea, the tea itself is coming from this block. The milk itself comes from this block. If you want to get the best tilapia fish, it comes from this block. If you want to get the best banana, it comes from this block. Really, what we need to do is to address ourselves to this theme that has brought us here today and for the next 2 days. We are talking about food security in the wake of climate change, the challenges. How do we deal with it? And I'm saying that Busia has given us the best platform. One, Busia has the best weather, the best agricultural setup. So it is the best place to come and talk about how we can expand practices that they have so far succeeded in here in Busia, to expand within the block so that we become a giant really as we are, and to be able to produce even better, because I believe with the unity of the leadership that we have in our leaders, chaired by Excellency Governor Professor Nyomo and his Vice Chair, together we have enough brains and capacity through them to produce enough food to feed this country, so that we don't need food aid when droughts hit us. We have abundance of rain. All we need to do, like we were discussing the other day, is to put in place proper mechanism and brain power on how to harness the waters that we get when we have enough of it. We have floods. When they disappear, we actually are in drought. That means there's something not altogether very right with us. When you go to most countries, you find that when they have floods, those floods are a blessing, because that water that they harvest will take them through the year, through the season. And I think that is what we really need to do in this block. We need to really support the idea of the national government, and we thank His Excellency the President for resuscitating the Soin Dam, which was envisaged about in the colonial times. And if we do that, and we also go to Nyamira, and we do the other dam that has been lying there in the 40s, it was designed, then I can confirm that we shall be a bloc that can actually feed this country. Finally, on matters humanitarian, we have worked pretty well in terms of addressing ourselves on issues of children. This is the only block so far that has addressed itself pretty well on how to nurture and bring to fruition what we call the science of early childhood that began in Syria with the former governor and the first lady. And these are people who are taken to the United States together with the first governor and trained on the science of early childhood. And early childhood is not just about early childhood. It's from inception all the way until the child is about 9 years. This is where we went wrong. And sometimes we wonder that we made it. We sit all here with very good brains. It was just a miracle. It was a chance. But now that we got a chance and we are able to articulate very well how we can take good care of our children, we are under duty to enhance that so that we have this block produce brilliant children. We put so much time and money, many times, on taking our children to very beautiful schools. You know, at class 7, 8, Form 1, then you want to take them to academies, not forgetting you lost it when that child was in the womb because you mistreated the mother, you mistreated the child while in the womb, and you mistreated these people, the two of them. And by the time you realize this boy is bright, the damage is done. So we have learned that we are now no longer going to do that. We are civilized in the Lake Region block. We are able to play with our wives when they are pregnant, laugh with them, have them enjoy, and make them feel good. When she feels good, the child is feeling good in the womb there. When you slap her, you're also slapping that child. So we are proud to have our champion here. And our champion for menstrual hygiene, a very, very sensitive matter in the African society, but we have taken it very boldly. And we have taken it quite well because between our governors, they chose to elect the champion for menstrual hygiene. And the champion for menstrual hygiene is none other than His Excellency Governor Paul Otuoma. And he is passionate about it. He is proud about it. Whenever he gets an opportunity, even if there is no topic about menstrual hygiene, he will even talk about it. He can even demonstrate to you with a bag which he never leaves, that carries all the factors that we call sanitary pads, and educate the men how it is done, and done perfectly well. That can only be done in the Lake Region Economic Bloc. And we are now happy that men, and we have asked our men that when they go to the supermarkets, they should also, as they buy foodstuff, they buy other things, they also buy sanitary pads for their wives, for their daughters, for their mother, sorry, not mothers, but any female around you, don't forget when you go to the supermarket, because we are now an educated lot in the Lake Region Economic Bloc. We are the largest, we are the most robust, we are the most outward looking, and we want to enhance this growth that we have so far to permeate within the Republic of Africa, so that Republic of Kenya, so that we are the reference point in the Republic of Kenya from among the six blocks that we have. I don't want to bore you so much because I can't talk so much and my seniors are here. I might get fired tomorrow. So I think for now, I leave you with that. And I thank you so much, Excellency Vice Chair and host, that you have chosen to come and grace this occasion for our beginning today. The more of it will come tomorrow. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And I want to take this opportunity, there was a mismatch of protocol, and I'll call upon our dear friend, Mr. John Manyolo, to come, because once we hand over to our DG, he will proceed to take charge of our leaders. And I also, as John Manyolo comes, I want to thank the British High Commission for the support that we've had, and many other commissions. Even here we have the Australian ambassador who has been supportive, represented right here, and many other missions. But standing tall is USAID and the British High Commission. We thank you very much, John. Convey our regards to Her Excellency, the High Commissioner. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much, Victor. In the interest of time, allow me also to ride on the protocols already established. And Kenneth Lusaka, the Vice Chairperson of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, His Excellency Paul Otroma Nyongesa, the Governor of the County Government of Busia, as you've been told, I'm John Olodololo, the Regional Advisor for the British High Commission here in Western Kenya. And that covers the 14 counties within the Lake Region Economic Bloc. And as already been mentioned by Victor, the key connection between our counties is that we are all in the Lake Victoria Basin. And ideally, this extends beyond the current 14 counties who are members of the bloc. And that's a challenge to us to try and move the other two counties for purposes of ecosystem development to also join us in the Lake Region Economic Bloc. I'm here today to represent His Excellency Neil Wigan, the British High Commissioner to Kenya. He sends his warm greetings and that of the mission and regrets not being able to make it here today due to prior engagements. The UK remains a strong supporter of devolution as exhibited by his friendship to the Lake Region Economic Bloc and the Lake Region county governments, and has had the pleasure to visit at least 5 counties within the Lake region since his posting here in Kenya. So through our programs as the British High Commission, that's the Kenya Devolution Program, which you're familiar with, the Digital Access Program, the Sustainable Urban Economic Development Program, and our humanitarian efforts, we continue to support the devolved sectors. And this day presents a great opportunity for us as a mission to share with you some of the work we are currently undertaking in the Lake region and in our member counties, particularly through the Digital Access Program and also in the Blue Economy area. So our Digital Access Program is being implemented here in Busia County and Mandera County, and is currently supporting Busia County socio-economic revitalization through agriculture-based strategies. In this respect, we are undertaking digital integration of agricultural value chain processes, digitization of government services, and digital inclusion for employment creation. These are our main intervention areas in Busia and Mandera. And in the coming 3 days, you'll be able to interact with a team of about 100 digital champions from Busia County here. And feel free to interact with them as they create awareness on inclusive digital services in health, in agriculture, in education, online jobs, and government services. In the blue economy, we continue to shine the spotlight on the inland waters blue economy. In major conversations on the blue economy, much attention is being paid to the ocean waters blue economy. But as the UK, we sought to also try to raise the profile of the opportunities that are available in the inland waters blue economy. And towards this, we undertook a baseline survey on inland waters blue economy, which was launched early in October in Mombasa by the PS for Shipping and Maritime Affairs, Mr. Jofrika Kaituku, together with the Deputy High Commissioner to the British High Commission, Dr. Edward Burnett. This baseline survey is quite foundational because it seeks to present the very first kind of data available on inland water's blue economy and has focused on all the water bodies in the country. In due course, Engineer Gordon Mumbo of Africa Center for Health, Environment and Water Services will be sharing with you some high-level findings and recommendations of the survey. Equally, also around on inland waters blue economy, through the Kenya Devolution Program, we have been supporting the Lake Region Economic Bloc, the Multi-Agency Technical Committee, which comprises national government agencies, the blue economy mandate, that being Kenya Maritime Authority, Lake Basin Development Authority, just to mention but a few, who partnered with the Lake Region Economic Bloc way back in 2018 to host the first successful Inland Waters Blue Economy Conference in Bomet. And through that, they developed a very robust action plan, which they continue to implement jointly. Towards implementation of this action plan, the Kenya Devolution Program has supported the Multi-Agency Technical Committee to develop an electronic monitoring, evaluation, and learning tool that will aid in tracking blue economy interventions real time, not only from the county governments, but also national government agencies with blue economy mandate. So this is a huge step in terms of keeping track of implementation and commitments we've made as institutions, county governments, private sector, and development partners in terms of implementing the Lake Region Blue Economy Action Plan. So this will be launched. The handover of this system will be taking place on 5th December 2024 in Kisumu, and we invite all of you to come and be part of this auspicious occasion and day. James of Insoft later on will also be sharing with you some of the functionalities of this particular system. It's worthy to note that currently the system boasts of over 258 projects worth 8.9 billion, which are being tracked through this system. Finally, through the Kenya Devolution Program, we also assisted at least 5 of our counties in the riparian counties to undertake an assessment of their blue economy potential and recommendations in terms of this, how this can be translated into economic and employment opportunities, and resource mobilization for counties was undertaken. And therefore, later on again, Dr. Said Ali Matano will be sharing with you these assessment reports when we come back after the lunch session. So, on behalf of the mission, on behalf of our partners at Kenya Devolution Program, Digital Access Program, and other partners present, I want to thank you and wish you happy deliberations. Asante.
Thank you very much, John. I would wish to take this opportunity before I invite Excellency here to take over the program. I would like to thank special persons that have supported here by being present. Jean Marie Kanu was stand and wave. She traveled all the way from Europe using her own finances, using her own everything just to participate and be with us here and share with us her experience on how she wants to work with us in the Lake Region Economic Bloc. And I also want to take special thanks to Edward Omol, our ambassador for Shipyard, together with the Colonel, convey our regards to the General for the support we have. We don't just want it in Kisumu, we want this support in the entire block of the lake, because the lake is not, Kisumu is the headquarters, but we have 5 riparian counties that would want to enjoy the support of the Kenya Shipyards Limited. If possible, even have satellite shipyard companies within the 5 riparian counties. I'm sure Her Excellency Otuoma would give you space, land, and support, and all other governors. Thank you very much. I can see right behind is your stand. I also want to finally thank the committee, the planning committee. I'm sure Your Excellency, my co-chair, will do that. But specifically, the team from LREB, could you just stand and wave? And you are quite a number here. Please just stand, all of you, and wave. That is my team from the Lake Region Economic Bloc. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your support together with all the other consultants, Edebe, Mr. Miruka, Dr. Miruka, Edwin. Thank you so much for your support and enduring support during this period that we worked together. At this point in time, allow me to therefore call His Excellency, my friend Ava Odeira, who has been a very good friend of mine. He promised me a few things which I'm sure he will deliver.
Our two Excellency Governors, Deputy Vice Chair of LREB, Governor Paul Otoma, our Governor, who is hosting this event. Allow me to ride on the protocol established before. May I start by thanking all of you who have managed to make it here today and welcome you on behalf of the organizing committee for joining us today. For those who have put in effort to plan with us, I want to thank you. Those who have been of use to this planning effort in many different ways, thank you very much. The LREB team in the planning committee has been recognized. May I now recognize the Busia County team that we were with in the planning. May you please stand. Busia County, members of the planning committee, there are quite many here. There are many. If you wave, please, with a lot of gratitude. Thank you for working hard to bring us here. And again, thank you to the LREB committee. I want to also recognize and introduce the various cadres of staff we have from Busia County, as I do others from other counties. I know our county secretary is here. Thank you for being here. Any other county secretaries from other counties, would you please stand? Thank you very much. There will be an opportunity again tomorrow. CECs from Busia, let's start with that. I know most of you are in the planning committee anyway, but CECs, where are you? Thank you very much. Chief officers of this county, thank you very much, and thank you for being involved. From other counties, CECs from other counties, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. From other counties, chief officers from other counties, thank you. I can see some here and others over there, thank you. Any directors from Busia County here? Our directors, that's quite many, thank you very much. Directors from other counties? Directors from other counties? I don't see any. All other staff of Busia County, please stand up. All other staff of this county, Busia, the host county, we are hosting. I can see very many. Please wave. Thank you. And all other staff from other counties, if you could please stand. Staff from other counties? There you are. Thank you. Now, one housekeeping message. If there is any medical emergency at all, we have two teams available to offer help. There is the Red Cross team, which is positioned, and then there's the Busia County Health and Sanitation Department, who have a truck there and a lot of staff ready to help should there be need. Your Excellencies, may I now introduce our honorable members of County Assembly, starting with the Speaker. Speaker, thank you. Other speakers from other counties? No? Okay, honorable members of the Busia County Assembly, Would you please stand? Thank you very much for being here. Asanteni sana. All other honorable members from other counties, may you please stand. I'm sure they'll be here tomorrow. Thank you very much to everybody. To our governor, Dr. Otuoma, thank you for the courage. I was whispering to the governor yesterday that it must have been a very courageous act to pick up at short notice and say we are hosting. And we were worried. We started planning, we tried to move with speed, but with a lot of help and a lot of prayers, here we are. Thank you, Governor, for the courage, and thank you for the support you've given this team that was planning this. This county is a county, if you look at the map of Kenya, you almost think God hid us somewhere. And we don't see it that way. To our guests who are here today, and those who may be listening to us from elsewhere, please remember that the best things in the world are always hidden. Like gold, like diamonds, all good things are always hidden. I encourage you to look for them in this county. There are plenty. I know what you are thinking, and I'm not thinking like that. I'm not thinking like that at all. The best places are hidden. The best spots are hidden. The best lands are hidden. The best busias are hidden. We are on the periphery of the country, but that's a massive opportunity for us. Thank you very much. May I now ask all of us to be upstanding as we welcome the guest, the host governor, Dr. Paul Otuoma, who is going to make his remarks, and then he knows what to do next. Governor Otuoma, karibu.
Asanteni sana. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome again all of you and the Vice Chair of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, Governor Lusaka, who has been here with us, and of course the Planning Committee. So before I proceed to make a few remarks, najua we have always three arms of government nationally, lakini hii akaunti sijui inakuanga mbili nakuwa mbili. So let me take this opportunity maybe to ask the Speaker, the Majority Leader. Speaker, nafikiria unaweza kuja useme kitu kidogo, ukaribishe hawa ndugu zetu na wale colleagues wako ambao najua wengine wako njiani. Then you can call Majority to also say something before you conclude.
Thank you, Governor. Maybe before I start, I'll call Majority to come and make his remarks. Thank you, my able Speaker. The Governor of Busia, Dr. Paul Otuoma, our neighboring Governor, Dr. Lusaka, our Deputy Governor, my fellow colleagues, honorable members, and all friends and dignitaries who have visited Busia County. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. I won't say much. I want to take this opportunity to thank my fellow colleagues who have a lot of commitments and they have endeavored to come for this particular summit. Our neighboring friends, our neighboring counties who belong to this economic bloc, thank you for starting this particular noble idea as a Lake Region bloc. Much has been said about the importance of this particular economic bloc, and I just want to pray that we continue with the same spirit,
of uniting together and uniting for their purpose of enabling the neighbors of this particular lake region to benefit from the waters of this particular block. Otherwise, I won't say much. It's not my day, but I strongly believe that the able people of Busia, you are going to make the remaining 13 counties, both men and women, to enjoy the environment of Busia. As the DJ has said it in Proverbs, I want to call upon the many visitors. Please, make sure that as you here for the next 2 days, try to mingle, try to make friends, and try to look for yellow colors with this. Otherwise, thank you, and may you enjoy your stay in Busia County. God bless you.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Honorable guests, Your Excellency, if I don't call my MCA for this area, I'm going to be a problem. Jemo, come and say hi.
Thank you so much, my Honorable Speaker. All protocol observed. I'm Honorable James Adumosi. Mine as an area MCA is just to welcome you in Angromo, Busia County. And secondly, let me hope we see the fruit at the end of this summit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable James Ongole. Your Excellency, the governors, led by the Vice Chair of the LREB, Honorable His Excellency Lusaka, Your Excellency Governor Paul Otoma, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm happy here today, basically to be part of this summit, 12th LREB Summit. The theme of the summit is well stated. I think food security, it aligns very well with discussions that you're having now. Actually, food security is a major challenge facing most of the countries in the region. And I'm glad that Victor, the CEO, took it twice, that the thematic discussion revolves around that. Honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, Article 43 of our Constitution is very clear. Food security is a basic human right. So we are here basically to confirm that food has to be made available at whatever cost, at whatever time, and despite any other conditions. The cutting point, the problem with food security, all of you, I think last year or 2 years ago, you witnessed watu na sufuria kwa kichwa. Simuliona hiyo mambo? Watu wakitembea na masufuria kwa kichwa hapa, tumekuwa na shida mingi kwa sababu ya chakula. Governor Otoma, I think you have aligned your government very well towards that issue. There is economic revitalization currently happening in this county, and I'm very sure, given proper planning and support from all quarters, especially us as an assembly, the main challenge or the key anchor will be ensuring that we align our policies towards making sure that climate change does not interfere with our food production. Also to make sure that policies within this country allow us to control our land. These issues of subdividing land to an extent that you cannot do any farming, I think it's causing a lot of problem. Your Excellency the Governor, it's not my take. I want you to welcome you to make your statement, and thank you for having taken concern of us. Thank you.
Karibu. Makofi kwa. Thank you once again. I think as you have been told, tomorrow will be the main day. Today we are just making some remarks and setting our technical teams off to start discussing this important topic and coming out with solutions that are going to respond to the theme. So allow me just to make a few comments. Of course, having again observed all the protocols, indeed I want to say it's an exciting moment for the residents of Busia and all the leadership to host the 12th edition of the Lake Region Economic Bloc. I want to welcome all of you to this year's summit that is crucial for the well-being of the 16 million Kenyans that inhabit this area and of the 14 counties that we have talked about, and even the other 2 that we need to invite, being part of the Lake Basin ecosystem. And I know if we work together, we will move and make Kenya more prosperous, not just the region. Let me also take this opportunity, even in absentia, to thank our chair, Professor Nyam Nyong'o, and of course his vice, who is here with us, and the vice chancellor of this great university of Alupe, Professor Peter Barasa, for also agreeing to host us on this campus, and with all those things that he had talked earlier when he gave his remarks. This year's theme, you are aware, is about food security in face of climate change, building partnerships towards resilience among communities in the Lake Region Economic Bloc. This offers us a platform to leverage on one of the most productive areas of Kenya's economy through the common market orientation and to improve livelihoods of our citizens. It also follows up that in the face of climate change, which again the global meeting has just taken place in Baku in Azerbaijan, and you are aware, those who are keen, it has been
acrimonious, and I think one place where people were very bold in terms of saying talk, but nothing coming out of these talks. The biggest polluters of our planet have been promising since the Paris conference on climate change, but we have not sometimes been having very tangible outputs in terms of funding the noble ideas that come from this kind of conferences. And I also want to say that as Lake Region Economic Bloc, I believe as we deliberate in our own ways, we should be able to put resources to be able to intervene in areas of climate change and to be able to be food secure. Professor, you talked here about, and I think also Nyagaya, about even just what I would call the future of our young people in terms of education. But I think just a month ago, some of us who even sometimes think that we know a lot, but every day you are learning something. When we were in Mombasa, I think the reality and the magnitude of the problems that we are facing, we have been talking about stunted children here in Busia, that almost 20% of our children are stunted both mentally and physically. But that reality is even harsher. What Nyagaya was saying here is that sometimes the efforts we put in to intervene, we may not have been using the right tools because we didn't have the knowledge. Because we are being told by the time we are trying to do what we are doing, the damage is already done. We must put proper measures in place to safeguard what we are calling early childhood development. But you'll find when it comes to planning, we are not giving it a lot of attention, including our own ECDs. But what Nyagaya said now, the new research, scientific proof that the fate of some of our children are sealed between conception and 6 years. Whatever you are trying to do after that is just an effort, but the fate is already sealed. I don't know whether as a community, as planners, as policy makers, we are aware of that, so that we put resources where it belongs. We take care of our pregnant mothers from conception. There was even a moral issue around it, and I'm sure the religious people are here, as to when does life begin. And I remember some of us were fully convinced that life begins at conception. But others were trying to tell us, I don't know, those who remember the debate during the constitution making, some were trying to say, I don't know after how many weeks, I don't know after what, But the reality now, the scientific reality, is saying that life begins at conception. And the psychology and the development of this child is affected by the environment in which the mother operates in and the environment in which this child operates in the first 6 years of their lives. So if we don't plan for that well, it becomes a problem. And that is all about just the environment that we are working in and the issues, food security, because one of our biggest problems here has been also just the nutrition, both for the mother and the child. That's why when we say that we can give food security to our people, even in view of climate change, it becomes very important. I want to share with you again that as Busia County, we had this approach of what we are calling ward-based agriculture sector-driven rural economic revitalization programs. And we called it revitalization because there are things we did wrong. Busia here and even our neighbors, Siaya, we have got one of the lowest tree covers, less than 1%, actually less than 0.5% tree cover. And yet we are within one of the most potential blue economy zone. All the water that you have had that drains into Lake Victoria passes through our counties, and especially for us here, Siaya and Busia. Yet we have got the lowest tree cover. What does that mean in terms of taking care of the environment and having sustainable agriculture? And that's why we said we needed these ward-based economic revitalization programs. We are also saying that agriculture, the way we have done it, we cannot continue to be hunter-gatherers. There are times when we are producing plenty, but there are also times when we don't have. How do we take care when we are producing plenty? Again, it comes in that nearly sometimes more than 50% of what we are producing goes into what we call post-harvest losses, because there is no value addition. And that's why we thought that we needed to plan our people in cooperatives, come up with value addition programs, and so the birth of what we are calling the County Integrated Industrial Park, to aggregate these things together, what we have in Nasewa. And we were again blessed a little bit much more to say the unique position that we inhabit as Busia County. I don't know what my DG meant and what the majority leader was trying to support, but I thought that we are best in a unique position, you know, in terms of being the gateway to East and Central Africa. I don't know what you meant, but I thought that's what you meant. That we are a gateway to East and Central Africa. How do we integrate so that we give our people also economic lifeline? Again, that's so the birth of EPZ, the Export Processing Zone, the only one that we have in this region, within the Lake Region Economic Bloc, because the other one is being developed in Uasin-Gishu, who have not joined us. But within the 14 member blocks, I think we are the ones who are developing the EPZ. Again, another opportunity to integrate our people with almost 300 or 400 million people within the East African region. But what will we be producing so that we are able to integrate ourselves in the economy, in the agriculture of the region that goes beyond Kenya, so that we can build prosperity for our people? So members, I hope then as we deliberate within the Lake Region Economic Bloc, as it was mentioned, that we are going to build synergies. We said that, and Nyagaya, you put it again well, when you said, what are we lacking as a region? If you want maize, it is here. You want cassava, you want potatoes, you want sorghum, you want tea, you want coffee, it is there. And now we have gone further and said there are crops that we used to do very well, which have got a lot of potential, and that is edible oil crops, groundnuts, sunflower, soya, This region can grow a lot of those stuff that Kenya does not need to spend more than 100 billion shillings they are using to import raw material to do edible oils. As a region and as clusters, we can do it. We are even importing cotton, and I'm sure there are people in this audience who will always tell you that they got educated through cotton growing in this region. What happened? We lost it somewhere. That's why we are talking about revitalization. These are not new things, they were there. Our parents were able to take their children to school and pay. Nowadays, if you don't do bursary, if you don't do harambe, there are children who will not have opportunity to go to school. Yet we are supposed to be much more enlightened, much more productive than our grandfathers and our fathers. But yet we can't take our children to school. How can that be? Today we are grappling with funding of institutions of higher learning. There has been a very big debate about funding the universities. You remember? Even health. There's a very big debate about insurances of health. When we are migrating from the national health insurance to now what we are calling SHIF and SHA. All these debates are about our social well-being and the ability for us to take care of our citizens. And it is possible. We can grow cotton here, we can integrate backwards, we can process that cotton, we can make textile industries that collapse within the regions, the Kikomis, the other one in Eldoret is called Rivertex, whom we have signed an agreement with. We can revive these things and our people can get that backward integration. You grow cotton, it has got a good market. You can grow those edible oil crops and they have got ready market. And this money that the country is using, almost over 500 billion shillings to import food, we can mitigate depending on some of the deliberations that will come out of this summit. And as you have said, this region plays a critical role in terms of production even for the country. Let me end by just saying again, I want to add, even if officially the thing will be there tomorrow, but I believe today you are laying the groundwork, our technical teams. We want to see that what comes out of our deliberation is going to inform policy decisions, is going to inform allocation of resources within the region to make sure that we do well. I stand here again to say we still have challenge, but within the Lake region, Vice Chair, I think it's only Busia that has surpassed the 10% budget on agriculture. Only Busia. Hata mwezi ipigia makofi. In terms of our budget, I think we are doing 12% on agriculture. There are other counties we have not reached there. And our aim on issues health, on issues agriculture, we committed that we must give a certain percentage of our budget to that, and even on climate resilient activities. So if we do that as a region, then it starts making sense. But if you are just going to do it as one small county with 1 million people, the economic impact will be zero. And even the impact on the environment will not be recognized. But if 15 million people are going to each one do something, then you will find nearly 20% of Kenya will be affected. And to me, that is going to be very significant. So I want to end by saying I'm looking forward to that. And that's why we said when Bungoma, our sister county, had hosted Madaraka Day, and they said now this one is just coming on the backdrop, we decided to take that leap of faith and say no, we cannot afford not to have the summit. As one of the most progressive economic bloc counties, I said it will not look very good, it will not be encouraging that we miss to hold a summit during our time. And that's why we took that courage, and I want to thank the team, my deputy governor and the LREB secretariat. I want to thank you people that despite what looked like, will we be able to pull this through? But today we are here. And I'm sure if now we are going to guide the quality of discussions and make sure that those things are picked and within the Lake Region Economic Bloc Secretariat, they are shared with policymakers. We synchronize our policies, we synchronize our budgets, we synchronize our knowledge. We will be able to make a very big difference in the lives of our people and livelihoods. So lastly, again, please welcome to Busia. There is a lot to sample. You have seen some places people have got problems, lakini hapa, the rains are all over. Everything is around. People are good. If you're on this podium, you'd be seeing them smiling. So please don't just come here and lock yourself in the room or just keep within the teams that came with you. Interact, mingle. Know other Kenyans. Then you'll know that this Kenya is so beautiful in diversity. We don't need to divide our people because we speak different languages. These are just modes of communication. Even this English we are speaking came from thousands of kilometers away. And you want to have problems with your neighbor because of language. Hiyo hapana. Please make sure you interact, you mingle, go to Kakapel, see the stone art there, go to Lake Victoria, see the potential there in terms of what you can ride in the lake. You can sand, not just in Mombasa. We also have got beaches here. You can take a motorboat to Jinja, to Majanji, here in Uganda. You can go to Tororo. All these things are within the vicinity. And because we are transboundary communities, we are just the same people across. So you don't need a lot of these passports around, so long as you are within a certain radius. Feel free, eat matoke across the border here. Where we are, you are told the border is just behind here. So we want to thank you, and our security, I think, have assured us that everybody will be secure. We don't have a problem in terms of security. So please don't lock yourselves in the rooms. And I also like barbecuing. So also look for me where I am. Utaweza pata nyama choma. Ile inachomwa na governor, si ati na mtu mwingine. Mimi mwenyewe. So we will be with you. That's all that I can tell you. And as we said, we are talking as a region. So don't confine yourselves to pia hapa. Jua Bungoma pia iko hapa. Siaya iko hapa. You can go and see Yala Swamp and see how it looks like. Hapa Bungoma pia iko maneno. I'm sure the governor will be able to tell us. Please feel free. And I want to thank you once again for having that faith to come to Busia, and we are looking forward to good deliberations. On that note, please let's show some respect and just be upstanding to welcome our Vice Chair of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, Governor Lusaka. Karibu.
Okay, let's take our seats, those who have seats. Thank you so much, our host governor. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to ride on established protocols in the interest of time. My speech, I don't even have a written speech. Being a vice chair or a deputy is the most dangerous position these days. So first of all, I want to convey greetings of my chair and to assure you that I'm very loyal to my chair, whom I was with this morning before I came. He will be joining us. We have had to adjust the program. Like you are aware, we have quite a number of activities in the region. We have this one here. Yes, from yesterday we had what is called the AFSNet Investment Conference in Kisumu, which is also a global conference. His Excellency the President was there yesterday, I was there. In Mumias, we have the Kekoska Games taking place, and therefore we are all over the place. So when you see us here today, it's not all of us, but by the end of the day, I'm sure we shall all be here. So with due respect, my comments will be as brief as a miniskirt. Long enough to cover the subject matter, but short enough to arouse interest. So, I think I'm also lucky to have been one of the pioneer governors who formed this Lake Region Economic Bloc in 2014. And of course, the idea was to bring together all available resources and identify opportunities and take integrated approach to all policies and activities in the Lake region so that we align ourselves to improve the lives of our people. So I think what we should be asking ourselves is that this is how many numbers are we now from 2014? 12th. This is the 12th. Last year we were in Migori. And I just want to echo what my colleague Paul has said, that I think even next time when we meet, the first starting point should be, what did we promise we were going to achieve in that year? So that we look at, we have a checklist to see what we have achieved, what we are not achieving. Welcome, Your Excellency Governor Nyaribo from Nyamira. Mkaribishe kwa makofi. So we should be checking what is it we are gaining, what is it have we made progress, or we are just on a treadmill, or we are just coming here to talk. And I always give a political scientist, when the African Union was formed, it was called OAU, Organization of African Unity. In political science, there are those who said it used to be a club of tyrants who made every year to say bye-bye to each other and welcome new ones. Because every time they went back, there was a coup, and some of them will not come back to attend. And there were new ones who were also joining. So as we meet, what are the achievements? What are we really talking about? Are we just meeting? Is it just an annual conference to come and know each other? Or are we making progress in some of the things that we are talking about? So I think next time we'll want to know, like, what the communique that we shall have from Busia. When we meet next year, wherever we'll meet, we want to know what is it we have achieved. Have we made progress, or are we not making any progress? Looking at the topic that we are talking about this time, about food security and climate change. Climate change is real. Those of you who come from this region, I have never seen rainfall in November or December, but you can see now we have a lot of rain. These are the climate, there's no miracle. These are the climate changes that we are talking about, and how are we prepared to deal with them in terms of agriculture? So that we move, it's like we move from one calamity to another. It's like missing to fall in urine, then you land in dung. Because we have a lot of rain, which we don't make use of. Then immediately after that, there is drought. We are crying. So what is the problem? Why are we not coming up with strategies that can be able to fit in the climate change? These are the things that we need to talk about, the practical things that we are talking about. Because sometimes we rely on rain-fed agriculture. Then when the rain disappears, we are stuck. Yesterday we were talking about, I host Nzoia Sugar. And when you look at the cost of production of sugar, sugar brought from Brazil is cheaper than sugar produced in Bungoma. Why? Because of the cost of production. It is so high. We are using obsolete machines. We are using a lot of power. And one of the issues that we are talking about, even as a lake region, is renewable energy. How can we use renewable energy even to address issues of agriculture? Because, for example, Nzoia pays about 10 million every month on electricity bills. But if they were to use solar energy, it will come to about 2 million. That will completely reduce the cost of production. And that's why sugar from Brazil is cheaper here. Look at even the varieties that we are using. We are still planting sugarcane that takes 18 months, and yet other countries like Mauritius are using varieties that take only 10 to 11 years. So you can imagine waiting for 18 months, then you are not paid. It's a double tragedy. Even you start now saying this is a cursed crop, and yet we can do research. So these are some of the practical things that we should be talking about when we want to improve on food security. When you are talking about even food, what do we mean by food? We all come from here. Food in my place is, unless you have eaten ugali, then you have not eaten. When you are given maize to eat, you say, I'm still waiting for food. I'm sure that also happens in Busia. If somebody has not eaten Obusumane and the Ingeke, is still waiting. Even when you eat bananas or when you eat cassava, you say, I have not eaten, I'm waiting for food. So we also need to define what we mean by food. What we need to diversify the kind of food that we are also talking about. These are the practical things that we really need to talk about, research. And I'm happy that even now the president has ascended to the sugar bill, which is now an act. I hope it's going to streamline our sugar sector, because we are all affected in this region. Sugarcane has been our main economic mainstay, but it has been the most mismanaged. But I think now with that act, we should be able to get our act right so that people can get now value for money. And even in sugarcane, are we just looking at sugar? There are how many products can we get from sugarcane? Bagasse, water, all these other byproducts. But as we just focus sugar and molasses, then we stop there. So I think that this conference in Busia is going to come up with tangible solutions, tangible things that will see us improve on our food security alongside the climate change that we are all witnessing. So like I said, I don't want to take a lot of time. Mine was just to step in to, as the vice, the chair will be here himself. And I just want to, maybe before I conclude, also acknowledge the office of the First Lady who have been here and they even have a stand. Please be upstanding. We see you, office of the First Lady. Thank you so much. I'm sure you are going to be, let's give them a clap. First Lady, we also have First Ladies, but now we're talking about the First Lady of the President of the Republic of Kenya, not the First Lady of Busia or Bungoma. We must be clear. Thank you so much. I also want to acknowledge KMET. I think, where are they? They are our partners. They trained all of us. Where are they? I'm sure they are around. They trained the governors on the issues that my brother Paul was talking about. Our land, when I was there, that Bungoma is leading in gender-based violence. Early pregnancies, there was a time we had 17 girls, 54 girls getting pregnant in one school. So I asked myself, what is taught in that school? Is it just reproductive health, or they also teach history and other subjects? It's a serious matter. It's a serious matter. We have to call a meeting. So we are leading in wife battering, we are leading in early pregnancy, we are leading in all the bad things. And even as we speak, this share that we are talking about, they have to use an identity card to register you. Now, most of the early girls who are getting pregnant are giving birth, but they cannot be assisted because they can't be registered. They don't even have IDs. So it's a big challenge. And these are some of the things that we must also talk about. That training was very important. We are talking about Busia, I don't know, was leading in something. I know the poll did not talk about it, but please, when you come back, be transparent like me. Because if you want to address a problem, you must identify your problem and now look for solutions. Me, I have said, people, I've told them what Nyagaya was saying, loving our wives and all that, please. But huko kwetu, I don't know what the problem is, because it's just better. We are leading gender-based violence. Paka Finland, today as we speak, have given money to address the issue of gender-based violence, especially in Mount Elgon. You can imagine a whole, instead of bringing money to build tea factories, coffee, they are bringing money to address gender violence. It's a big shame. I think we need to get away from there. Before I sit, I'm sure you want to hear my colleague also say something. Nyaribo. Okay. He says he's sparing his speech for tomorrow or later on in the evening. So I also want to just say thank you, welcome. This is our neighboring county. Busia is close to us. Mwalimu Barasa, thank you so much. Professor, you challenged me, but I'm happy that the majority of the students here are from Bungoma. In Kibabi, we have 11,700 students, and Kibabi University has transformed Bungoma. If you go to Kibabi now, it is growing. It's now becoming a city almost. So Alupe can also transform this place. But it will be the saddest day if the majority of the beneficiaries are not people from here. When I had those figures, I thought maybe you got them upside down. But I hope, if they are true, then you have some work to do in Busia. Because this is a university, this is an industry. There are cities that have grown just because of universities. Oxford has grown because of the university. If Masinde Muliro was not in Kakamega, I can tell you Kakamega would be on its knees. It was a dying town, but because of that university, it's now up. So let us also make use of Alupe University, and I'm sure this is just one of the universities that are coming up. Otherwise, even I was in Eldoret University, the place is also transforming. So let's make it an industry. So with those many remarks, I just want to say, do I open or? It will be tomorrow. I don't want to make that mistake because I might lose my... So I wish to end my... it's very dangerous, but I want to become the chairman. And when you want to become the chairman, you must handle the chairman, the sitting chairman, in a better way for him to support you. Otherwise, you may not get there. But I have been around. I know how to maneuver. Like I told you, I've never been in opposition. And when you see an old antelope in an area, it has escaped a lot of spears and rungus. So when you see me around, I have been around for some time, so I'm very careful. May God bless you.
Tumpatie makofi mazuri tafadhali. Makofi mazuri kwa Governor Lusaka. Asanteni sana. Naam, Governor Lusaka amezungumza kuhusu ugali kwamba ukiwa magharibi mwa Kenya huwezi sema umekula kama hujakula ugali. Sijui kama ugali wetu uko tayari. Wale ambao wanahusika tafadhali, tunataka kujua kama ugali uko tayari ule upande mwingine, manake watu sasa wanasikia njaa, muda umesonga kweli. Tupate break ya lunch alafu baadaye tutakuwa tunaendelea. Lakini pia nafikiri ni muhimu niitaje baadhi ya, naambiwa ugali uko tayari. Ugali uko tayari kabisa kabisa. Asante. Nitachukua dakika moja tu kutaja baadhi ya mambo ambayo yamesemwa hapa na wale wazungumzaji ambao wamekuwa hapa. Mstahiki Governor wa Busia County ambaye ni mwenyeji wa hili kongamano, naibu mwenyekiti wa LREB ambaye ni Governor wa county jirani ya Busia. Naam. Kumbuka kwamba mada ya kongamano hili ama theme inahusu masuala ya usalama wa chakula, ile hali ya kuhakikisha kwamba kuna chakula cha kutosha kwa kila mmoja katika huu ushirikiano wa LREB. Na hii mada tunaijadili wakati ambapo kuna changamoto ya climate change. Wengine wanasema mabadiliko ya hali ya anga, lakini siku hizi tumebadili kidogo, tunasema mabadiliko ya tabia nchi. Kwa hiyo ni masuala ambayo tunajadili wakati ambapo kweli kuna changamoto ya climate change. Na juzi tuliona kule Budalangi samaki walifariki wengi sana. Hii bila shaka inatokana na mabadiliko ya tabia nchi ama climate change. Ndio hali ambayo unaona inachangia hawa samaki. Unaamka siku moja unasikia kwamba samaki wamekufa wengi sana ndani ya ziwa Victoria. Kisha Profesa Peter Baraza wa chuo kikuu cha Alupe ambako tuko hivi leo anasema kwamba wenyeji wa Busia tulete wanafunzi wasome katika chuo chetu. Kwa hiyo natumai kwamba ni wito ambao sote tutaitika. Tutaleta watoto wetu Busia hapa Alupe wakuje wasome kwa ajili ya kupiga jeki chuo chetu cha Alupe. Mambo ya uchache wa miti katika Busia County, haya ni mambo ambayo pia yanachangia haya mabadiliko ya hali ya anga, na ikiwa sote kweli tutajitolea tuhakikishe kwamba tunapanda miti. Kuna sehemu nyingi kama milima ya kule Samia Agenga, utakwenda upate ule mlima ni kama umenyolewa na makasi. Zamani hiyo milima ilikuwa na miti mingi sana. Ulikuwa hata ukienda kule ndani unaweza kupotea. Lakini sasa hivi ukienda kama hiyo milima ya Agenga na kwingineko, utapata ile milima utadhani kwamba imenyolewa na makasi kwa sababu watu wanakata miti, wanachoma makaa. Nafikiri pia tunafaa kuelimisha watu wetu, tuanzishe vipindi ama programs za kutoa elimu kwa watu wetu, wajue hatari inayoletwa na hii kukata miti kiholela. Naam, sasa hivi ninawaalika nyote katika kipindi cha mankuli ya mchana. Tunaomba radhi kwa sababu tumechelewa kidogo, manake program imekuwa tight kweli, lakini nafikiri tunafanya vizuri. We are doing very well. Kufikia kesho mambo yatakuwa sawa sawa, lakini sasa hivi nawaalika nyote kwa chakula cha mchana. Tutakula tukiwa huu upande mwingine. Naam, naambiwa kwamba tutatumia hizi njia na ule upande mwingine pia kwenda kupata chakula cha mchana. Tunatoa shukrani pia kwa maafisa wetu wa usalama wakiongozwa na County Commissioner, County Commander wameketi pale mlangoni, manake tumeona hapa tangu asubuhi wanalinda usalama wetu. Tunasema asante sana. Mambo ya kujienjoy Busia County, tuko na sehemu nyingi za kujienjoy. Nasikia governor wetu akitaja kwamba ni muhimu na naibu governor watu twende to mingle. Kwa hivyo nimepata report tayari hapa kwenye SMS kwamba kuna rumba ambayo inaandaliwa pale The Quill. Itakuwa ni rumba ya siku 3 za hili kongamano. Kila siku wale ambao wanasikia wako na nguvu ya kwenda kuvunja mifupa, ni muhimu sana ufike pale kwa ajili ya kuvunja mifupa.